trauma and healing, and in the middle, we have voltage. I have developed an idea and a principle in my life that I'm continuously learning more about and applying more in my life, and it has produced a tremendous sense of understanding about how my body and how the nature of this dimension works, and then how healing lies in being able to raise the voltage in your body. Science is a methodology of observation, and the different scientific subjects, all they are is a different level of magnification of the physical environment. Their analytical, their intellectual description is very different, but the pattern, the awareness of observing the physical universe is actually completely interconnected and all the same. We know that an atom, a particle, is completely empty space. There's over 100 different elements on the periodic table, but when you look around you, there's millions of different forms, millions of different shapes and colors and sizes and all sorts of things going on, but the basis with which we observe the physical universe is so limited. So then it begs the question, if there's a limitation to the particle number that is creating the diverse nature of form, then maybe the answer is not found in the different types of particles. Maybe the answer is found in the different forms the particles take in order to create different variations of themselves at all the levels of magnification when observed. Okay, but if a particle is empty space, then what is instructing the particle to organize itself into a different shape? Quantum physics tells us it's energy, vibration, and frequency. They're all the same thing. And my argument would be that consciousness and energy are interrelated. They're not separate. So then what does this have to do with trauma and healing? Empty space, atomic particles, so electrons, protons, neutrons, molecules, chemicals, cells, tissues, organs, organ systems, and then we have the human being. In a very odd way, you can actually say that the particles that construct their physical body are also traumatized. The particles aren't traumatized in the sense that the particles are some sort of separate entity to be pointed at and say, well, you're suffering from trauma. No, I mean that the particles are creating the traumatic experience. And since actual physical reality is the result of instructed information, energy, and information are interrelated with consciousness, then it's actually your awareness of mind that you have that keeps recreating trauma in this physical dimension. But beyond this dimension, it's just information. And you can use different words for it. Some people call it the vacuum, some people call it the quantum field, some people just call it the field. It's kind of irrelevant. To understand what the field is, literally think of space. The space between your fingers is densely involved with energy that's constructing and organizing itself to create this physical dimension. Okay, but your awareness, consciousness, is interrelated with that field of energy. So as long as you're perceiving reality in a particular way, you are also manifesting reality in a particular way. People who have experienced a lot of pain in their past or trauma, conscious attention switches out into a different direction, and that emotion has no context and it's unresolved, and it creates an unconscious pattern within you that you, when you consciously return, just keep reliving. And you keep reliving it because it's an unconscious pattern. Electric charge, voltage runs through all of us. Our bodies are bio-oscillating antennas in the field of consciousness. So then when you look out into the future, or when you are stepping into the present moment and you're thinking you want to create a new experience, you're too depleted. You're going to be too scattered in your conscious attention, desperately looking in your physical environment for things to charge your body because you are so depleted, recreating the emotional response of the past experience. So this is one of the reasons why people who have experienced a lot of pain in their past or trauma find themselves very much attached and bonded to their physical environment, because they're constantly trying to find energy to recharge their body. They're attached to their relationships, they're attached to gossip and conversation, they're constantly eating, they're constantly consuming, they're constantly doing stuff because they're trying to recharge their body. But the truth is that you're infinitely connected to the field and to the space. The key to the healing, the key to allowing the voltage to return to your body to make you feel whole, isn't in going into the physical environment and trying to scavenge around for energy. Instead is to become conscious of the unconscious, unresolved emotional pattern that's running in the background that's bleeding voltage off on the side. That's why you're exhausted. And the only way to stop that reaction from happening in this dimension is use your conscious attention and to shine it on an unconscious, unresolved emotional pattern. You can bring space, clarity to that part of yourself, because ultimately it's all you. And in that release, what's actually going to occur from that is the liberation of energy.